Be the first heat of 3, JV girls 100-meter hurdles. Heat 2, JV girls 100-meter hurdles. Lane 2, Lovelock from Judson. Lane 3, Thibodeau from Johnson. Lane 4, Toala from Steele. Lane 5, Marino from San Marcos. Lane 6, Colton from San Marcos. And lane 7, Taylor from East Central. Heat 2, JV girls 100-meter hurdles. Lane assignments for Heat 3, JV girls 100-meter hurdles. Lane 2, Sablon from Steele. Lane 3, Garcia from Judson. Lane 4, Kite from Kenyon. Lane 5, Tillett from Judson. Lane 6, Dukes from East Central. And lane 7, Andrews from Canyon. So be first call, JV and varsity boys 110-meter hurdles. First call, JV and varsity boys 110-meter hurdles. Be second call, JV and varsity boys 110-meter hurdles. Check in and get your numbers and report to the staging area on the scoreboard end of the field. We'll have 2 heats of the varsity girls 100-meter hurdles. Heat 1, lane 1, Taurus from Judson. Lane 2, Longoria from San Marcos. Lane 3, Daniels from East Central. Lane 4, Friesen from Steele. Lane 5, Ellison from East Central. Lane 6, Villanueva from Canyon. Lane 7, Hughes from Clemens. And lane 8, Salazar from San Marcos. First heat of 2, varsity girls, 100-meter hurdles. Second heat, varsity girls, 100-meter hurdles. Lane 1, Rowell from East Central. Lane 2, Hawkins from Steele. Lane 3, DeVore from Judson. Lane 4, Anuga from Steele. Lane 5, Andrews from Clemens. Lane 6, Kennison from Johnson. Lane 7, Alejo from Johnson. And lane 8, Bellinger from Johnson. Second and final heat, varsity girls, 100-meter hurdles. Next race up will be the first heat of the JV boys, 110-meter hurdles. All coaches, please know that at this time, Coach Pardo has fixed meals for all of you, and those meals are located in the track shed. All coaches, you're invited to dinner. Again, this will be 3 heats in the JV boys 110-meter hurdles. Thank you, hurdle engineers, for adjusting these hurdles for the boys event. First heat, junior varsity boys 110-meter hurdles. Lane 2, Wynn from Johnson. Lane 3, Dawkins from Clemens. Lane 4, Gomez from Johnson. Lane 5, Hoskins from Canyon. Lane 6, Izagari from San Marcos. And lane 7, Jaruzelski from Canyon. This will be first call for JV and varsity girls 100-meter dash. First call, JV and varsity girls 100-meter dash. Heat 2, JV boys 110-meter hurdles. Lane 2, Miller from Johnson. Lane 3, Johnson from Steele. Lane 4, Hahn from Johnson. Lane 5, Freeman from Judson. Lane 6, Jean-Francois from Steele. Lane 7, Dove from Canyon. Second heat of 3, JV boys, 110-meter hurdles. Be first call, JV boys, varsity boys, 100-meter dash. Third and final heat, JV boys, 110-meter hurdles. Lane 2, Walsh from Clemens. Lane 3, Clemente from Judson. Lane 4, Taylor from Canyon. Lane 5, Kelly from San Marcos. Lane 6, Shurita from Johnson. And lane 7, Landon from Canyon. Third and final heat, JV boys, 110-meter hurdles. Second call, JV and varsity girls 100-meter dash. Be the first heat, Varsity Boys, 110-meter hurdles. Lane assignments. Lane 1, Black from East Central. Lane 2, Gonzalez from East Central. Lane 3, Williams from Clemens. Lane 4, Mudge from Steele. Lane 5, Bowens from Judson. Lane 6, Plummer from Johnson. Lane 7, Jones from Steele. First heat, Varsity Boys, 110-meter hurdles. Second call, JV and Varsity Boys, 100-meter dash. Third and final call, JV and Varsity Girls 100-meter dash. This will be the second and final heat. Varsity Boys 110-meter hurdles. Lane 1, Wright from Judson. Lane 2, Torres from Johnson. Lane 3, Williams from Steele. Lane 4, Proctor from San Marcos. Lane 5, Bermejillo from San Marcos. Lane 6, Becker from Johnson. Lane 7, Bushman from Clemens. And lane 8, Davenport from Clemens. Second final heat, Varsity Boys, 110-meter hurdles. Third call, JV and Varsity Boys, 100-meter dash. Next race up is the Junior Varsity Girls 100-meter dash. There will be 5 heats of this race. First heat, lane 2, Hill from Judson. Lane 3, Brown from Clemens. Lane 4, Banks from Steele. Lane 5, Lerma from Clemens. Lane 6, Aguaya from Canyon. Lane 7, DeVore from Johnson. First heat of 5, Junior Varsity Girls 100-meter dash. Heat 2, JV Girls 100-meter dash. Lane 1, Alejandro from Johnson. Lane 2, Martinez from Steele. Lane 3, Anderson from Clemens. Lane 4, Wilson from Steele. Lane 5, Turbiartis from San Marcos. Lane 6, Sullivan from Judson. And Lane 7, King from Judson. Heat 2 of 5, JV Girls 100-meter dash. Be first call for JV and varsity girls 400-meter dash. First call, JV and varsity girls 400-meter dash. Lane assignments, heat 3, JV girls 100-meter dash. Lane 1, Flamant Seber from Canyon. Lane 2, Ivy from Judson. Lane 3, Bursch from Judson. Lane 4, Page from Johnson. Lane 5, Barr from San Marcos. Lane 6, Michelle from Johnson. And lane 7, Stewart from Steele. Heat 3, JV girls 100-meter dash. Heat 4, JV girls, 100-meter dash. Lane 1, Green from East Central. Lane 2, Davis from Canyon. Lane 3, Sabino from Steele. Lane 4, Mitchell from East Central. Lane 5, Sledge from Judson. Lane 6, Brown from Steele. And lane 7, Rodriguez from East Central. First call, JV and varsity boys, 400-meter dash. First call, JV and varsity boys, 400-meter dash. Final heat, JV girls, 100-meter dash. Lane 1, Wood from San Marcos. Lane 2, Meyer from San Marcos. Lane 3, Houston from Canyon. Lane 4, Rodriguez from Canyon. Lane 5, Gomez Cruz from Canyon. Lane 6, Rodriguez from San Marcos. And lane 7, Ovalle from San Marcos. Fifth and final heat, JV girls 100-meter dash. Second call, JV and varsity girls 400-meter dash. This will be the first heat of 3, varsity girls 100-meter dash. Lane 2, Morrow from Canyon. Lane 3, Howard from Clemens. Lane 4, D'Amata from Judson. Lane 5, Fanny from Judson. Lane 6, Grant from San Marcos. Lane 7, Knox from Steele. First heat of 3, varsity girls 100-meter dash. Second call, 400-meter dash, JV and varsity boys. Second call. Second heat of 3, varsity girls 100-meter dash. Lane 1, Reed from Steele. Lane 2, Polega from San Marcos. Lane 3, Cheyenne from Canyon. Lane 4, Dobbins from Steele. Lane 5, Dubicki from Canyon. Lane 6, Bellinger from Johnson. Lane 7, Lewis from Judson. Second heat of 3, varsity girls 100-meter dash. Second call, JV and varsity boys, 400-meter dash. Third and final heat, varsity girls, 100-meter dash. Lane 2, Guy from East Central. Lane 3, Martinez from East Central. Lane 4, Sneed from Johnson. Lane 5, Wheat from Clemens. Lane 6, Bell from San Marcos. And lane 7, Stevens from East Central. Third and final heat, varsity girls 100-meter dash. Third call, JV and varsity girls, 400-meter dash. Third call. Be first heat of 4, JV boys, 100-meter dash. Lane 1, McKnight from Steele. Lane 2, Alvarez from Canyon. Lane 3, Clay from Judson. Lane 4, Garcia from Johnson. Lane 5, Rivas from San Marcos. Lane 6, Martinez from San Marcos. Lane 7, Smith from East Central, and lane 8, Fisher from Judson. First heat of 4, JV boys 100-meter dash. Heat 2, JV boys, 100-meter dash. Lane 1, Flores from East Central. Lane 2, Picot from Johnson. Lane 3, Washington from Steele. Lane 4, Alemán from Johnson. Lane 5, Laufer from Canyon. Lane 6, Dukes from Johnson. Lane 7, Everett from Steele. And lane 8, Sandman from Clemens. Second heat of 4, JV boys, 100-meter dash. Third and final call, JV and varsity boys, 400-meter dash. Third and final call, JV varsity boys, 400-meter dash. All divisions at the far end of the field at the red tent. Heat 3, 100-meter dash, JV boys. Lane 1, Donaldson from Johnson. Lane 2, Lang from San Marcos. Lane 3, Dills from Clemens. Lane 4, Murray from Steele. Lane 5, Parrish from San Marcos. Lane 6, Fung from Judson. Lane 7, Owens from Clemens. And lane 8, Brown from Clemens. Fourth and final heat, JV boys 100-meter dash. Lane 1, Sumbo from East Central. Lane 2, Duca from Steele. Lane 3, Molina from Clemens. Lane 4, Sandquist from Canyon. Lane 5, Ritter from Johnson. Lane 6, Lee from Clemens. Lane 7, Hernandez from San Marcos. Lane 8, Troxler from Steele. Fourth and final heat, JV boys 100-meter dash. First heat of 3 heats, Varsity boys 100-meter dash. Lane 1, Lopez from San Marcos. Lane 2, Jones from Steele. Lane 3, Greenwood from San Marcos. Lane 4, Youngblood from Judson. Lane 5, Delgado from Canyon. Lane 6, Gant from Canyon. And lane 7, Ramirez from Judson. First heat of 3. Varsity boys 100-meter dash. Heat 2, Varsity boys 100-meter dash. Lane 1, Lovings from East Central. Lane 2, Wilkerson from Clemens. Lane 3, Skinner from Judson. Lane 4, Bata from Johnson. Lane 5, Stewart from Johnson. Lane 6, Chalmers from East Central. And lane 7, Minson from Steele. Second heat of 3, Varsity boys 100-meter dash. All 400-meter dash divisions should be ready in the staging area by the finish line there. Heat 3 of 3, Varsity Boys, 100-meter dash. Lane 1, Mendiola from Clemens. Lane 2, Spencer from Johnson. Lane 3, Taylor from Clemens. Lane 4, Flamant Sebert from Canyon. Lane 5, Matthews from East Central. Lane 6, Diaz from San Marcos. And lane 7, Williams from Steele. Third and final heat, Varsity Boys, 100-meter dash. I want to take a minute to thank the starter and the assistant starter for the job they've done today. We appreciate your help. Also, those young men that are moving the blocks from one end to the track to the other. Next race is the Junior Varsity Girls 400-meter dash. We'll have 4 heats of this race. First heat will be lane 2, Solace from San Marcos. Lane 3, Teamer from Judson. Lane 4, Freehoff from Judson. Lane 5, Steele from Steele. Lane 6, Bennett from Judson. And lane 7, Segura from Johnson. First heat lane assignments, Junior Varsity Girls 400-meter dash. Heat 2, JV girls 400-meter dash. Lane 2, Moore from Judson. Lane 3, Baker from Canyon. Lane 4, Garza from Clemens. Lane 5, McLaughlin from San Marcos. Lane 6, Acosta from East Central. And lane 7, Coleman from Steele. Be first call, JV and varsity girls 300-meter hurdles. First call, JV and varsity girls 300-meter hurdles. To be first call, JV and varsity boys 300-meter hurdles. Make sure you check in, get your numbers. Staging area will be across the track, in the corner by the baseball field. Heat 3 lane assignments. Lane 2, Segrist from Canyon. Lane 3, Gordon from Clemens. Lane 4, Cox from Canyon. Lane 5, Ramirez from Steele. Lane 6, Chandler from East Central. And lane 7, Cranford from Steele. That'll be the third heat of 4 of the JV girls 400-meter dash. Heat 4, JV girls 400-meter dash. Lane 1, Rodriguez from San Marcos. Lane 2, Wilson from Canyon. Lane 3, Shirley from Canyon. Lane 4, Passmore from Judson. Lane 5, Carr from Clemens. Lane 6, Cowan from Johnson. And lane 7, Williams from East Central. It's the fourth and final heat for the JV girls 400-meter dash. Next race up will be the Varsity Girls 400-meter dash. This is second call, JV Girls, Varsity Girls 300-meter hurdles. Lane assignments for the first heat of 3 of the Varsity Girls 400-meter dash. Lane 2, Kazarski from Steele. Lane 3, Sailor from Clemens. Lane 4, Cordero from Judson. Lane 5, Camarillo from East Central. Lane 6, Brantley from Steele. And lane 7, Marino from Johnson. First heat of 3, Varsity Girls 400-meter dash. Second call, JV and Varsity Boys 300-meter hurdles. Second call. Second heat of 3, Varsity Girls 400-meter dash. Lane 2, Wood from Steele. Lane 3, Especia from East Central. Lane 4, Roden from Clemens. Lane 5, Smith from East Central. Lane 6, Melendez from Johnson. And Lane 7, Dodson from Judson. Second heat of 3, Varsity Girls 400-meter dash. Be the final heat of the Varsity Girls 400-meter dash. Lane 2, Sammy from Clemens. Lane 3, Sanford from Canyon. Lane 4, Davy from Johnson. Lane 5, Allen from Canyon. Lane 6, Pardo from Canyon. And lane 7, Moritz Barbosa from San Marcos. Final heat, Varsity Girls 400-meter dash. Third and final call, JV and Varsity Girls 300-meter hurdles. Third and final call, JV and Varsity Girls 300-meter hurdles. Next race up will be the first heat of the Junior Varsity Boys 400-meter dash. This will be the first heat of 4. Lane assignments. Lane 1, Agrella from Steele. Lane 2, Hill from Steele. Lane 3, Alvear from San Marcos. Lane 4, MacArthur from Judson. Lane 5, Toole from Judson. Lane 6, Petland from East Central. Lane 7, Sandman from Clemens. Lane 8, Sola Villegas from Clemens. That'll be the first heat of 4 JV boys 400-meter dash. Second heat. JV boys 400-meter dash. Lane 1, Yankee from Canyon. Lane 2, Walker from Clemens. Lane 3, Barnes from Judson. Lane 4, Johnson from Steele. Lane 5, Guardiola from Canyon. Lane 6, Weedman from Johnson. Lane 7, Young from Clemens. And lane 8, Brown from Clemens. That's second heat of 4. JV boys 400-meter dash. All divisions for the 300-meter hurdles should be checked in and ready to go. All divisions. Heat 3 of 4, JV boys 400-meter dash. Lane 1, Connor from Steele. Lane 2, Beverly from Steele. Lane 3, Vargas from East Central. Lane 4, Cleggett from Steele. Lane 5, Zuniga from Johnson. Lane 6, Conley from Johnson. And lane 7, Harlan from San Marcos. Heat 3 of 4, JV boys 400-meter dash. Fourth heat of 4, JV boys 400-meter dash. Lane 1, Howard from Johnson. Lane 2, McClellan from Clemens. Lane 3, Pettis from Canyon. Lane 4, Alameda from East Central. Lane 5, Isbell from Canyon. Lane 6, Chavez from Johnson. And lane 7, Badera Sancho from Johnson. Fourth and final heat, JV boys 400-meter dash. Next race up will be heat 1 of 3 heats in the varsity boys 400-meter dash. Lane 2, Gonzalez from East Central. Lane 3, Mills from Johnson. Lane 4, Young from Judson. Lane 5, Thompson from San Marcos. Lane 6, Alejandro from Johnson. And lane 7, Pollard from Steele. First heat of 3, varsity boys 400-meter dash. All divisions, the 300-meter hurdles should be checked in and beginning to stage over on the far side of the track. Heat 2, Varsity Boys 400-meter dash. Lane 2, Henderson from San Marcos. Lane 3, Baker from Judson. Lane 4, James from Steele. Lane 5, Hoover from Clemens. And lane 6, Cruz from Clemens. Second heat of 3, Varsity Boys 400-meter dash. Heat 2, Varsity Boys. Lane 2, Henderson from San Marcos. Lane 3, Baker from Judson. Lane 4, James from Steele. Lane 5, Hoover from Clemens. And lane 6, Cruz from Clemens. Second heat of 3, Varsity Boys 400-meter dash. Final heat, Varsity Boys 400-meter dash. Lane 2, Julian from San Marcos. Lane 3, Marino from Johnson. Lane 4, Jones from Judson. Lane 5, Hamilton from Steele. Lane 6, Yarborough from Clemens. And lane 7, Schumann from Canyon. Final heat, varsity boys 400-meter dash. Next race up will be all 4 divisions, 300-meter hurdles. This will be the first heat of 3 for junior varsity girls 300-meter hurdles. Lane 1, Tillett from Judson. Lane 2, Timms from Clemens. Lane 3, Ludwig from Johnson. Lane 4, Za from Judson. Lane 5, Melton from Clemens. Lane 6, Marino from San Marcos. Lane 7, Thibodeau from Johnson. First heat of 3. Junior varsity girls 300-meter hurdles. This will be first call for JV and varsity girls 200-meter dash. Second heat, JV girls 300-meter hurdles. Lane 1, Kite. Lane 2, Lawson from Clemens. Kite from Canyon. Lane 3, Johnson from Canyon. Lane 4, Tuala from Steele. Lane 5, Garcia from Judson. Lane 6, Lovelock from Judson. And lane 7, Sablon from Steele. Heat 2, JV girls 300-meter hurdles. Lane assignments, third heat, JV girls 300-meter hurdles. Lane 1, Dukes from East Central. Lane 2, Aleman from San Marcos. Lane 3, Bailey from Judson. Lane 4, Rosinski from Steele. Lane 5, Colton from San Marcos. Lane 6, Drake from Canyon. Lane 7, Taylor from East Central. And lane 8, Andrews from Canyon. Third and final heat, JV girls 300-meter hurdles. Be second call, JV and varsity girls 200-meter dash. First call, JV and varsity boys 200-meter dash. Next race up will be the varsity girls 300-meter hurdles. Heat 1 of 3, lane 2, Polega from San Marcos. Lane 3, Andrews from Clemens. Lane 4, Reyna from Steele. Lane 5, Longoria from San Marcos. Lane 6, Ellison from East Central. And lane 7, Kennison from Johnson. Second heat, varsity girls 300-meter hurdles. Lane 2, Betsworth from Canyon. Lane 3, Villanueva from Canyon. Lane 4, Hawkins from Steele. Lane 5, Fife from Canyon. And lane 6, Hughes from Clemens. Second heat of 3, Varsity girls, 300-meter hurdles. Second call, JV girls, Varsity girls, 200-meter dash. Second call. Third and final heat, Varsity girls, 300-meter hurdles. Lane 2, DeVore from Judson. Lane 3, Freesom from Steele. Lane 4, Torres from Judson. Lane 5, Alejo from Johnson. Lane 6, Gonzalez from East Central. And lane 7, Royal from East Central. Third and final heat, Varsity girls, 300-meter hurdles. Next race up, Junior Varsity boys, 300-meter hurdles. This will be the first heat of 3. Lane 1, Clemente from Judson. Lane 2, Holly from Clemens. Lane 3, Freeman from Judson. Lane 4, Hahn from Johnson. Lane 5, Walsh from Clemens. Lane 6, Washington from Clemens. And lane 7, Taylor from Canyon. First heat of 3. JV boys, 300-meter hurdles. Third and final call, JV and Varsity girls, 200-meter dash. Second call, JV and Varsity boys, 200-meter dash. Heat 2, JV boys, 300-meter hurdles. Lane 1 is a Gary from San Marcos. Lane 2, Parks from Canyon. Lane 3, Wynn from Johnson. Lane 4, Gomez from Johnson. Lane 5, Landon from Canyon. Lane 6, Miller from Johnson. Lane 7, Clemens, Dawkins from Clemens. Second heat of 3, JV boys, 300-meter hurdles. Third heat of 3, JV boys, 300-meter hurdles. Lane 1, Kelly from San Marcos. Lane 2, Johnson from Steele. Lane 3, Jones from Steele. Lane 4, Jean-Francois from Steele. Lane 5, Dove from Canyon. Lane 6, Sarita from Johnson. Lane 7, Hoskins from Canyon. Third and final heat, JV boys, 300-meter hurdles. Third and final call, JV and varsity boys, 200-meter dash. All contestants, all divisions, 200-meter dash should be checked in and ready to run. First heat of 2, varsity boys, 300-meter hurdles. Lane 1, Bermejillo from San Marcos. Lane 2, Davenport from Clemens. Lane 3, Jones from Steele. Lane 4, Plummer from Johnson. Lane 5, Black from East Central. Lane 6, Williams from Clemens. Lane 7, Gonzalez from East Central. And Lane 8, Alvarez from Johnson. First heat of 2, varsity boys, 300-meter hurdles. Heat 2, final heat of the Varsity Boys 300-meter hurdles. Lane 1, Wright from Judson. Lane 2, Mudge from Steele. Lane 3, Debney from Clemens. Lane 4, Williams from Steele. Lane 5, Torres from Johnson. Lane 6, Waller from Judson. And lane 7, Proctor from San Marcos. Second final heat, Varsity Boys 300-meter hurdles. Next race up, be JV Girls 200-meter dash. Be the first heat of 5 for the junior varsity girls 200-meter dash. Again, we want to thank all the hurdle engineers for helping us today to move those hurdles off the track. And for the folks pushing the starting blocks from starting line to starting line. First heat lane assignments. Lane 2, Sterling from Canyon. Lane 3, Alcera from Canyon. Lane 4, Simon from Steele. Lane 5, Turbiartis from San Marcos. Lane 6, Bursch from Judson. And lane 7, Kiefer from Johnson. First heat of 5, JV girls 200-meter dash. This will be the final race of the today for the prelims. Congratulations to all of you on a good day today. Look forward to seeing you back tomorrow for the running finals that begin at 5:30 with the 4x100 meter relay. And coaches, remember that your relay cards are due to the finish line by 5 p.m. tomorrow. Also would like to remind all of you and ask for your help to help pick up around your camp areas, either in the bleachers or on the field where you have been. There are gray garbage cans placed throughout the field for your help, and we appreciate that. Heat 2, JV girls 200-meter dash. Lane 1, McCook Neal from Judson. Lane 2, Free Hop from Judson. Lane 3, Pena from San Marcos. Lane 4, Davis from Canyon. Lane 5, Barr from San Marcos. Lane 6, Neiman from San Marcos. And lane 7, Sabino from Steele. Heat 2 of 5, JV girls 200-meter dash. Heat 3, lane 1, Flamant Seber from Canyon. Lane 2, Alejandro from Johnson. Lane 3, Ovalle from San Marcos. Lane 4, Stewart from Steele. Lane 5, Ellison from East Central. Lane 6, Williams from East Central. And lane 7, Smiklova from Canyon. Third heat of 5, JV girls 200-meter dash. Heat 4, lane 1, DeVore from Johnson. Lane 2, Houston from Clemens. Lane 3, Martinez from Steele. Lane 4, Talmadge from Steele. Lane 5, Bone from Steele. Lane 6, Gomez Cruz from Canyon. Lane 7, Smith from Clemens. Heat 4 of 5, JV girls 200-meter dash. Heat 5, Lane 1, Barbosa from Judson. Lane 2, Rivera from San Marcos. Lane 3, King from Judson. Lane 4, Zukochwu from Johnson. Lane 5, Moore from Judson. Lane 6, Green from Clemens. And Lane 7, Haywood from East Central. Fifth and final heat, JV girls 200-meter dash. Heat 1, Varsity girls, 200-meter dash. Lane 2, Lewis from Judson. Lane 3, Knox from Steele. Lane 4, Cordero from Judson. Lane 5, Grant from San Marcos. Lane 6, Reese from East Central. And Lane 7, Crawford from Judson. Heat 2 of 3, Lane 2, Brown of Canyon. Lane 3, Jackson of San Marcos. Lane 4, Roden of Clemens. Lane 5, Torrey of Johnson. Lane 6, Howard from Clemens. Lane 7, Fife from Canyon. Heat 2 of 3, Varsity girls, 200-meter dash. Third and final heat, Varsity girls 200-meter dash. Lane 1, Salazar from San Marcos. Lane 2, Peoples from East Central. Lane 3, Sierra Alvarado from East Central. Lane 4, Elliott from Clemens. Lane 5, Sanders from Steele. Lane 6, Holland from Steele. And Lane 7, Sanford from Canyon. Third and final heat, varsity girls 200-meter dash. Next race up will be the first heat of 5 in the junior varsity boys division 200-meter dash. Lane 2, Winburn from Johnson. Lane 3, Rhodes from San Marcos. Lane 4, Washington from Clemens. Lane 5, Isbell from Canyon. Lane 6, Johnson from Judson. Lane 7, Lawfer from Canyon. First heat of 5 heats. Heat 2 lane assignments. Lane 2, Johnson from Steele. Lane 3, Dombrowski from Clemens. Lane 4, Loaiza from Judson. Lane 5, Martinez from San Marcos. Lane 6, Ritter from Johnson. And lane 7, Macias from East Central. This announcement, if someone has lost their phone, you can claim it at the tents by the yellow barrier where you get your hip numbers. A lost phone. Heat 3 of 5. Lane 1, Gutierrez from San Marcos. Lane 2, Troxler from Steele. Lane 3, Thompson from East Central. Lane 4, Trogan from Johnson. Lane 5, Parrish from San Marcos. Lane 6, Green from East Central. And lane 7, Jones from Judson. Heat 3 of 5, JV boys 200-meter dash. Heat 4, Lane 1, Owens from Clemens. Lane 2, Hernandez from San Marcos. Lane 3, Murray from Steele. Lane 4, Stark from Johnson. Lane 5, Santiago from Clemens. Lane 6, Clay from Steele. And Lane 7, Evans from Steele. Fourth heat of 5, JV boys 200-meter dash. Heat 5, JV boys 200-meter dash. Lane 1, Brown from Clemens. Lane 2, Venegas from San Marcos. Lane 3, Conley from Johnson. Lane 4, Beverly from Steele. Lane 5, Dukes from Johnson. Lane 6, Lee from Clemens. And lane 7, Villanueva from Canyon. Fifth and final heat, JV boys 200-meter dash. Heat 1, Varsity boys 200-meter dash. Lane 1, Brown from Johnson. Lane 2, Johnson from Steele. Lane 3, Antoine from Johnson. Lane 4, Jones from Johnson. Lane 6, Dixon from East Central. And lane 7, Mata from Johnson. Heat 2, Varsity Boys, 200-meter dash, lane 1, Spruill from Steele, lane 2, Phillips from Clemens, lane 3, Gilson from East Central, lane 4, Youngblood from Judson, lane 5, Davis from Clemens, lane 6, Taylor from Clemens, and lane 7, Young from Judson. Second heat of 3, Varsity Boys, 200-meter dash. Final race for this prelim day for the 29 6A track and field district meet. Heat 3, lane 1, Schumann from Canyon, lane 2, Jones from San Marcos, lane 3, Carter from Canyon, lane 4, James from Steele, lane 5, Black from East Central, lane 6, Zuniga from San Marcos, and lane 7, Gerhardt from San Marcos. Look forward to seeing everyone back tomorrow evening. First race, 5:30 p.m., 4x100 meter relay. Coaches, reminder, relay cards due to the finish line at 5 p.m. And thank all of you athletes for helping pick up on the infield and in the bleachers. We appreciate your help. Safe travels home this evening. Look forward to seeing you back tomorrow.